What's up, y'all? Back again. I was watching one of my boys' videos on YouTube. Taj, man, he's out in Thailand doing his thing, man. Hey, Taj, if you seen this, man, I see you, boy. I'm about to finish it after this video, but I don't know. Just after just watching that, kind of inspired me to just hop on here and just I guess, just express some few things like my life, where I've been at, where I'm going, you know. So, the last few videos, I was just kind of complaining about like my mental hospital visit, but after taking some time, like, and really just thinking about it, the whole thing, I've kind of got a different perspective on it now. I was there for about 5 days, and just looking back and regathering, I kind of understand like kind of what it's meant to do to a certain degree. It did give me some time to really just sit down and just really just think about my decisions. Not even just decisions, but sit down with myself. Like, one thing on this journey that you guys are gonna find yourself on when you're, I guess, becoming more tuned in with your spiritual side, you're gonna find that you kind of get secluded away from people, or you feel like people just don't really understand you or really get you, and that is the case. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you get close to finding yourself, like through whatever religion that you're in, or even just whatever you study, you're gonna really just feel detached. Like, I'm at a point right now where I just really feel like not necessarily detached from everyone, but I just understand that in this life, in this game of life that we play, we really only have ourselves. Like, all we really do have is ourselves. Like, at the end of the day, I say this all the time, but when you're getting buried, there's really only one person going in the casket, and for a long time, it really just took me to really understand that, like, it really just is you, yourself, and you. Like, me, myself, and I. Like, when you start making decisions for yourself, y'all, like, there's going to be a lot of people in your circle, or close friends, or even family, that will show their true colors, especially if you're someone that's been a people pleaser, your whole life, or just someone that's been afraid to say no. I'm not afraid to say no anymore. Like, and I will tell you no. I'm gonna speak my mind. At the end of the day, like, when God developed us and created us like the artist He is, He didn't intend for us to, just group think and gather together and just think for the betterment of society. Well, to a certain degree, yes. Like, but He made us have our own thought process for a reason. It's because we all need to have our own opinions and our own takes on things. But at the end of the day, like, our takes need to make sense in life, and our takes need to make, like, they just need to fit in what society is like. And I'm going off topic, but like I said, like, when you really just start to find yourself, y'all, like, you're really gonna see your circle start to switch up. You're gonna see people, your brothers, your sisters, girl, male, like, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna start to see like how people really feel about you. And and once you start to really see and understand, like, you'll start to see people for what they are and who they are. Some people are just, they are just evil. Like, it's sad to say, but some people really do let the devil creep into their soul. And like, it's just I stay far away from people like that. I'm not even gonna say it because, like, I don't want to get flagged or anything, but when you allow yourself to just really be consumed by like the seven sins, there's really no coming back from it, no matter how hard you try. Like, the seven sins are real, y'all. Like, I really suggest y'all do some research on it, because I truly feel like if you're not all the way at 7, if you're at 6 right now, and let me go ahead and look that up real quick, genuinely, because I kind of want to like dive into that. You know, don't mind. But 7 sins, genuinely. So for the 7 sins, we have greed, wrath, sloth, gluttony, lust, envy, and pride. And honestly, there's a lot of people, even including myself, that I struggled with it. I can tell y'all, I definitely struggled with one point: lust and gluttony and pride. I'm not gonna lie, those 3 I really did struggle with. But at the end of the day, like, we all do struggle with some form, like, of the 7. you know. But once you get to the 7, I really do feel like your soul becomes corrupted, I should say. And it's extremely hard to come back from. So really, just if you're able to self-analyze, y'all, and really just see yourself from a third person perspective, you just like look at yourself, right? And understand like who you are as a person. If you feel like you have any of these, it's best to start working on it now. Like, because the worse it gets, the harder it's going to be to bounce back. And honestly, like, if you can beat the 7 sins, like, not even just, like, beat it, but if you can just, like, cleanse your body of all of it, you know, you'll be in such a better position in life, and you'll be one step closer to really just unlocking, you know, your full spiritual self, like, and being enlightened. Again, philosophy helped me get to that point of just really kind of, like, knowing. But, you know, for everyone, it's different. Like, Taj, I don't know what your journey was like, but I know for everyone it's different. But once you beat the 7 sins, y'all, like, it's not really like a game, but once you beat it, y'all, like, you'll understand that, you know, a lot of things that we used to worry about just really don't matter at the end of the day. And you'll just start to see things from a different perspective. And honestly, I think it's pretty sick. You know, it's just sick. One more thing, pick up a Bible or whatever your religious text is, pick it up and really read it. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all my method of reading Bible. Like, if I'm being honest, I don't necessarily read it from front to back like a regular book. I'll skim through some pages and whatever comes to me, and I'll read that because whether it be scripture or chapter, whatever I feel God's trying to tell me, I read it because I don't know, when you're reading a Bible like a book or any religious text like a book, you know, you're not really letting God communicate to you the way you need to, like he wants to. You're kind of interfering in the whole process. So, like, honestly, I can flip through something right now, right? So, it's crazy. I just stumbled upon something. I read chapter 18, chapter 19, I should say, Kings chapter 19. But, yeah, so chapter 20, honestly, I'll get into that in a little bit. Let me finish up the video. But, yeah, just genuinely just pick up a religious text. Really try to get in tune with your spiritual self, because at the end of the day, like, there's a lot of commonalities in all, like, main forms of religion, whether y'all want to admit it or not, because there is one God above, right? But, you know, there's different prophets for each religion that, you know, people, you know, these people, like Jesus, for instance, like, he connected to God because he's the son of God. But, you know, it's a lot to get into, and I don't really want to get into it, but just pick up a book, y'all. This one helped me a lot. Also this one too, but you know, Cynical Letters from a Stoic, really crazy book, crazy read. Also Aristotle as well, like, he's a really good philosopher. I really like, he just breaks down the art of just knowing. Like, 'cause at the end of the day, this world that we live in, it is art because God created it. Like, he created everything for a reason, you know, like, it's just hard. it's hard. But yeah, y'all just really appreciate life, really appreciate why you're here. We're all here for a purpose, whether y'all want to think it or not, you know. We all have a purpose here, y'all. Love y'all. Taj, bro, you're making me want to move to Thailand, bro. Like, for real. Thailand, Japan, or like Seoul, Korea. Those are some places I want to go to. Like, really making me consider it, man. Like, watching YouTube videos. But y'all should go check him out. I'm gonna link him down below. He's a really cool dude, really chill guy. He's just a cool dude. Yeah. Just finished chapter 20, Kings. Highly suggest reading that chapter. But again, yeah, just read the chapter. Please.